Yeah, Kung Fu Chronicles live and direct, baby. It's another live Sifu Quasi back at you guys. Thanks so much for being a part of the show tonight. Giving some love out to people here, there, everywhere, and martial arts family all over the land. Let's check in on the check-in. Let some people get in here, see what we're doing tonight. Hope you guys' week was good. Mine was pretty hectic, but I'll explain shortly what's been going on with myself. And yeah, we always love getting love. Trying to pro up the show, guys. So, a couple sound effects here and there, make things a little more lively. I want to say what's up to everybody that's coming on in the chat right now. And let you know that after 3 years of doing this, it's really just now that I'm getting the ball rolling on the lives, but having a lot of fun doing it. So getting a lot of good feedback during the week. I just did one on Sunday. If y'all missed that, you can go and check it out in the live tab. Got a lot of cool comments from people, and some questions were asked. I'll try to do my best to answer those. Basically, this is a thing we'll do weekly and keep going weekly, where it's your chance for us to kind of reach out and touch each other and just be ourselves. So, want to welcome everybody to the Kung Fu Chronicle family. If you're new, what up? Again, I'm Sifu Quasi, here to say hi to you guys and let you know that I appreciate all of the support we've been getting. So like I said, this week's been a little bit nuts for me. I'm getting ready to take a black belt a test. I'm ready to test for my second degree in another martial art. I am a traditional martial artist first and foremost, and Kung Fu, specifically Ying Jiao Pai, Northern Eagle Claw. Most people know that, but I also have 5 years of practice and study in Krav Maga, which is the Israeli martial arts. So I'm lining up to do my second degree black belt for that. So things will start off a little bit, kind of a precursor tomorrow. There's what's called a qualifier at one of our schools. So I'll go in tomorrow and train with a couple people to do that. But other than that, the week has just been super hectic. You guys let me know how yours has been. What have you guys been up to this week? Chime on in. This is your time to speak. Let me know. Have you guys seen anything new on my channel? The Cynthia Rothrock interview is really getting good feedback. I appreciate you guys showing love. She showed love. She posted the interview on her page. She's getting very busy with the post-production stuff for Black Creek. As a matter of fact, if you guys have not seen that interview, I will leave the link down below so you guys can check out that interview right after the post. It's in two parts. So I want you guys to know that this is part 2 and a little bit about Black Creek. It's her new movie, which is a Western martial arts genre movie. So
it's historical for many reasons. Number one, female martial artist producing her own film, co-writer, having her own company doing it, being in charge of everything, of being successful on Kickstarter, and the best part of it is that we had so many backers involved in the film. Yes. And just, to hear them say, this has been my lifetime dream to be in a film with you, and to make that happen. And, just the excitement on the set of everybody being there. And right now we're in post-production,
Right. Yep. So that's the deal. It's in post-production. Again, I want to thank you guys for showing love and support on the interview, lining up a few more. And yeah, let me know down below in the comments too. Also, I'm always looking to see who you guys have liked seeing on the channel already. There's a bunch of interviews if you guys aren't hip to that. Two segments that I do interview wise, as far as instructors, obviously local instructors and widely known ones, in whether they're in Kung Fu or other martial arts. I've got two sets of interview styles. I've got one where it's a spotlight. We basically just highlight every kind of martial artist that we can as a practitioner, instructor, people that have been on the martial arts scene making their mark. That's those spotlights. So those can be anybody Kung Fu or outside of Kung Fu. And then for my specific Kung Fu practitioners, I've got what's called the 5 crucial questions for Kung Fu Masters series. And that one, I'm always adding to, and that's specifically for Kung Fu martial artists and instructors. So got those two. If you haven't checked both of those out, the playlist, I'll leave the links for those down below. But again, like I'm saying, thank you again for the support on the on Cynthia Rothrock interview. New ones coming out at you, lining up a few others you guys I think are going to enjoy. Really got to push this year on talking to a lot of people that are into teaching self-defense, practicing self-defense, awareness, whatever. So I've got a lot of those kind of people lined up, and it falls in line with the way that I'm practicing my martial arts now. As much as I love the traditional martial arts, I can't kick and flip forever. So I'll always be a fan of doing my forms in Yin Jiao and all that. But I am a practical head now. So a lot of what I do is driven more towards the self-defense, self-awareness side. Hence the reason I'm training a lot of Krav Maga these days and working a lot on that. So as I mentioned, doing my second degree black belt, starting that off very, very soon. Very excited about that. This week, though, it's also a good mention because we've got the Year of the Dragon. This is the Year of the Dragon in Chinese culture, and for my Chinese traditionalist martial artists, you know it's a big deal. I'm sure you guys are getting ready to do your celebration or prepping for your celebrations at your schools. February 10th is the official day that the Year of the Dragon kicks off, and also very special because the Year of the Dragon was the year, obviously, Bruce Lee was born. He's was called Little Dragon and was born in the Year of the Dragon. So if you're born in the Year of the Dragon, hats off to you, and early happy Chinese New Year. So want to get the ball rolling though with some martial arts news, okay? Because we've got plenty of that. And just a quick reminder.
Don't just stand there, like and subscribe.
Yeah, get busy with that. Leave some likes down below. Let me know that you're enjoying the content that we're delivering, okay? It's the only way we can build more up here in the community and make more content that you guys enjoy, all right? So it's very, very important you guys get involved, and that's why we're doing these lives every week. So help me out in that. Check out the chat in a minute here. Let's see here. I'm going to talk a little Kung Fu news, though, some martial arts news, things we've got going on. Let's see. Oh man, let's see. Okay, here we go. My martial arts news. Let me drop it. Okay. All right. So martial arts news this week. First thing I want to talk about. I don't know if you guys know this, but Jet Li has a book out. Came out a few months ago, and he's doing his rounds now. He's going around different spots interviewing, mainly in China because he lives in China again. He's been back there for the last 10 plus years. The book it's very interesting. And I'm going to give you guys a little piece of an interview that he recently did to get things started off here.
但是出这本书哈，我赶快把我的笔记拿出来啊，贴近关系没有？这个书里面通常我们在读的时候啊，我们从书稿读哈，有。
Right. So for all my non-Mandarin speaking people, including myself, the book is called Jet Li, Looking for Jet Li. Okay. And Lee is basically talking in the book about how Buddhism, his practice of Buddhism helped him out health-wise these last like 10 plus years, because there's a big rumor going around that he passed away, which was not true. So I'll give you another quick piece of the interview here, and I'll jump in.
导读哈，有一个重点，我贴一个 sticker，就后来到这边呢，我发现好像录10集才录得完。为什么会在这本书里面哦，是一个
So basically, in this interview, they're talking about the book. He again, as I said, he's making his rounds here. So I'll just kind of keep this going here in the background, and we can talk. So you guys can see, like as you can see some visuals. But basically, the idea with the book, Jet Li, famed martial artist and action star, Jet Li is out promoting his new book and shares how his practice of Buddhism has helped him with serious health issues. Like I told you guys before, I'm sure you guys heard the rumors a while back. Oh, he passed away. And no, but what had happened, how that started was there was a picture of him online and he wasn't looking the greatest, right? He basically like had no hair. He looked like he was graying out and all that. So basically, Lee is basically saying that, doing this book tour that, yeah, he's very much alive and well. He's appeared on programs now to speak about the new book. Basically, the whole title, Beyond Life and Death, Jet Li, Looking for Jet Li. There have been rumors on Weibo that he was dead, but Lee immediately addressed these by saying, "Hello, everyone. I'm not dead. Not yet." So then he explained it's been rumored in mainland China that he's been there for 10 years and there's still more than 10 million people following the news. So some people are saying that I've not died despite so many reports of my death. He added that there were rumors that he had disappeared and was seriously ill and was about to die. However, Lee said that for the past 20 years, he's diligently focused on self-cultivation. And as long as he's prepared from all 360 degrees, nothing will surprise him. All right. Lee said that over the past 3 years, the COVID-19 pandemic and technological development have caused psychological distress, stress, and tension to many people around the world. Encouraged by his mentor, Lee decided to share now how he navigated these years and conceived of writing a book. And at the age of 60, Lee said that this serves as a personal account intending to enable others to benefit from it and take what is useful and enjoyable for you. And if you find it boring, just throw it away. And those are Lee's words exactly. I'm quoting. I've got an article here that I'm kind of reading from and paraphrasing a little bit. So he's on this book tour. I want to check out the book. I'm going to look for a version where there's some translation because my Chinese is not the best. And I've been to mainland China once, and it's amazing, especially if you're a martial artist. Let me know in the chat, by the way, guys, if you've been to China and your thoughts on that. Have you practiced in China? Have you trained in China if you're a traditional martial artist? I'm going to finish this up. So Lee said that he had been inexplicably sentenced to death by rumors, but having embraced Buddhism, he's long been able to turn his thoughts away from worldly disturbances by applying the concept of transforming vexations into enlightenment. He admitted that he had mistakenly believed he had developed cancer, but the diagnosis turned out to be hyperthyroidism, which he takes daily medication for. He then discussed incorporating Buddhism principles into his life, and if you view it negatively, it's negative. If you view it positively, it's positive. So come on and cure it. Even if it cannot be cured, it's still a blessing. This is what Buddhism reminds me of, turning every negative into a positive. So the gist of the book, it should be interesting. I'm going to try and pick up a copy. Let me know if you guys are going to do the same or if it interests you. Was Jet Li even someone you guys had on your radar? Are you into Jet Li movies? Comment down below. Let me know. I am definitely a Jet Li fan. Once Upon a Time in China, Fist of Legend, even when he did Lethal Weapon 4. That's when most people in America got hip to him, but I've long since been a fan since I want to say 95 when Fist of Legend came out. And that's when I first got hip to him, but his legacy is amazing. And the guy's done so many other movies. And if all you know him for is being in like Expendables 1 and 2, then I invite you to go ahead and go through that Jet Li catalog because there's many amazing martial arts films by him. And the guy was a martial arts star for many years. In fact, he was one of the very first from a wushu team in China that came to perform here at the White House back in like the Nixon years last year, like in the late 60s, I want to say, something like that. So he actually performed with a wushu team at the White House back in the day. All right. So that's number one on my martial arts news. The new book, Finding Jet Li, out now. Let me know if you guys are planning on getting a copy of that, as I will. And then in future lives, we'll even talk more about the book and kind of find out people's thoughts on it and everybody's take. Second part of martial arts news, and this is what I really want to discuss with some folks. The movie Roadhouse. Okay, big deal. All right, Roadhouse, 1989, classic movie. All right, for people that are unaware, Patrick Swayze movie. They're doing a remake of the movie that people know and love. Patrick Swayze played a bouncer named Dalton, came to this little small town somewhere in the South. I can't remember. And he basically just came in there and kicked ass and took names. So there's a new version, a remake of that movie coming out starring Jake Gyllenhaal, Conor McGregor. It's going to be in the movie. Should be a lot of fun. Have you guys seen the trailer? Amazon's putting the movie out. So it's going to be very well. You know what? I've got the trailer. I want to let you guys check out the trailer. If you haven't checked out the trailer, you'll get to check it out for the first time. If you have checked out the trailer, you check it out again. It's a pretty cool trailer. We'll check it out. It's about 2 minutes, really cool. And then we'll talk a little bit about the movie after this.
Before we start, do you have insurance?
What?
Your coverage good? Like, you have dental? Oh, haha.
Is there a hospital nearby? Is it like too far?
About like 25 minutes, I'd say.
I just slapped you. Are you all right?
What?
So you like to fight? You ever win?
No one ever wins a fight.
This ain't the Holiday Inn, pal.
I'm moving.
A friend of mine suggested I come talk to you. I own a roadhouse out in the Florida Keys. Lately, it's been attracting the wrong clientele. I can pay you good money. Judging by your car, you need that.
Well, I like my car.
Think about it.
I know who you are. Elwood Dalton. Big fan, man.
That guy's got a knife under his shirt. You just take a big step back and pop me in the face. You can do it.
Tell me about this fountain.
Yeah, it's all nice, like he's Mr. Rogers or something, but then he'll haul off. Really interesting guy, overall.
Brand wants to take the roadhouse away from me.
He wants to build some resort.
I should warn you, people have a certain way of getting things done around here.
Hey, fellas. Looks like you're having a smacking night. Dalton! I got a tip for you. Don't let no one get this close.
Let me guess. You know, threaten me. Tell me to get out of town.
I get the impression that you can't be threatened.
Once Knox is on the job, it's over, baby.
It takes a lot to get me angry, but when I am, I just can't let go. People seem a little aggressive around here.
Is that one a friend of yours?
No, I just broke his arm.
All right, this movie, I gotta say, you can't judge it all by the trailer. I understand that, but my first impression is this thing's gonna be a kick-ass movie. I'm looking at this thing and I'm like, wow, looks like it's gonna deliver. Now, when it comes to remakes, I'm always dubious, man. I'll tell you guys some behind the scenes with me. I'm a big fan of sci-fi, action, westerns a little bit, good dramas, gangster stuff, all that stuff, right? But when it comes to the classics like Roadhouse or like The Godfather, Scarface, I'm always of the opinion that a remake can always be made, and it's okay if you make one. Just let it be good. Now, if it's trash, then I've always got the original, so it's okay. But you're always going to be more critical of the remake. Case in point, one of my favorite movies. If you know me, you know, and if you don't know me, now you'll get to know. Like I said, sci-fi action, RoboCop. It's on definitely on my top 10 list of movies, right? So that movie is iconic. In fact, they just did this whole docu-series on the movie that I loved called RoboDoc. Shameless plug. Go ahead and pick that. In fact, it's not shameless. It's just a plug for that. So if you guys are at all interested in that movie, great behind the scenes look at that movie. So anyway, RoboCop, classic 87 movie. They did a remake in 2014. Trash. Actually, let me not say it was trash. It was not the greatest, though. Not the best. Nowhere near as good, as hard-hitting as the original Verhoeven one. Not enough soul in that movie, and just was kind of just a quick, a money grab, in my opinion. Not even really that good for a rewatch. So not complete trash, but there. So you feel me. But talking about this remake, all right? So Roadhouse, okay? Will it be good? We don't know till we see it. There's some controversy with the movie, so we'll talk about that in the movie. I love saying controversy. There's some controversy about the movie with its director, but the original movie starred Patrick Swayze, and it's a classic. There's no way around it. You watch that movie, and you are in from beginning to end. Okay, Patrick Swayze just owns it. Is it the best movie ever? Heck no. But it's iconic because it's got some of the best one-liners in it. And in fact, I'm going to play, speaking of one-liners, I'm going to play some one-liners here from the movie just to get a feel. If you've never seen this movie, and I know it's old, so it's a lot of people that are tuning in and be like, never seen this movie before, whatever. All good, it's fine. I'm going to give you guys a taste of the original Roadhouse because it's one of those that has to be enjoyed. Let's see.
You were the bouncers, I am the cooler.
It was a good night. Nobody died.
It'll get worse before it gets better.
Being called a cocksucker isn't personal?
No. It's two nouns combined to elicit a prescribed response.
I wonder if somebody calls my mama a whore.
Is she? If you're gonna have a pet, keep it on a leash. Morgan, you're out of here.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You don't have the right temperament for the trade.
You asshole! What am I supposed to do?
There's always barber college.
Calling me sir is like putting an elevator in an outhouse. Don't belong.
Sorry, we're closed.
Well, then what are all these people doing here?
Drinking and having a good time.
Well, that's why we're here.
You're too stupid to have a good time.
I used to fuck guys like you in prison. You want to fight, dickless?
I sure ain't gonna show you my dick.
Do you enjoy pain?
Pain don't hurt.
You know, I thought you'd be bigger.
Yeah. OG Roadhouse, baby. Yeah. So here's the deal. If you've never seen that one, I just strongly recommend you go ahead and throw it on. It's probably on Netflix. It's been on it, and it always pops on TV from time to time. The original Patrick Swayze classic. It's always going to be a classic. All right. Again, Oscar award winning? Hell no. Should have been, in my opinion, but no, definitely not. So this one, again, like I mentioned, there's some controversy about this one. The director, Doug Liman, is a little upset about the fact that this thing is not coming out in theaters. And I tend to agree. It looks like it could be, like do some, get some serious love in theaters, and they're not getting it. And the director's upset, and I think rightfully so. But you guys tell me. I'm gonna, there's a quick article from Deadline, and so get you guys up to speed if you aren't already concerning this movie. So the movie comes out, the new Roadhouse comes out March 21st, by the way, on Amazon Prime. So if you got Amazon Prime, you're good to go, and you can check the movie out. But basically, I'm just give the gist of the article. So it reads, from his breakout in Swingers to The Bourne Identity, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Edge of Tomorrow, another great movie, by the way, Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise. You need to check that one out, guys. Amazing. American Made, his upcoming movie with Tom Cruise. They plan to shoot in outer space. Doug Liman's films have a kinetic energy, blah, blah, blah. So he's basically saying that he's not going to be there at the premiere of the movie. He says, when Roadhouse opens the SXSW Film Festival, I won't be attending. The movie's fantastic, maybe my best, and I'm sure it will bring the house down and possibly have the audience dancing in their seats during the end credits, but I will not be there. My plan had been to silently protest Amazon's decision to stream a movie so clearly made for the big screen. But Amazon is hurting way more than just me and my film. If I don't speak up about Amazon, who will? So here we go. Ooh, drums. All right. Anyway, when Amazon bought MGM, one of the few remaining studios making big commercial films for a theatrical release, movies like Bond and Creed, they announced that they would put $1 billion into theatrical motion pictures, releasing at least 12 a year. They touted it as the largest commitment to cinemas by an internet company. I can tell you what they did, what they then did to me and my film Roadhouse, which is the opposite of what they promised when they took over MGM. Drama continues. The facts. I signed up to make a theatrical motion picture for MGM. Amazon bought MGM. Amazon said, make a great film and we will see what happens. I made a great film. We made Roadhouse a smash hit. Amazon's words, not mine, because the movie's not out yet. So we're going by what executives are saying. Take it with a grain of salt. Roadhouse tested higher than my biggest box office hit, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Yeah, he did that one too. We also did the first Bourne movie. So if you're not familiar, it tested higher than Bourne Identity. He's mentioning that here, which spawned 4 sequels. I'm told the press response has been Amazon's best since they bought MGM. Roadhouse has a strong tie into the UFC, which it does, as you can see from the trailer that we watched. Jake Gyllenhaal, he's an ex-UFC fighter, so that's a whole new spin on the character. Which has been a rabid and loyal fan base, that has spawned over 1.5 billion social media impressions for the film, and marketing hasn't even started yet. The action's groundbreaking, and Jake Gyllenhaal gives a career-defining performance in a role he was born to play. Audiences will want to see UFC megastar Conor McGregor take his debut swing at Jake on the big screen. The reality is there's nothing quite so fun as a good bar fight. So the movie's not coming out in theaters. It's going to be Amazon only, and you can read that entire article in Deadline. My thoughts on this are, if the studio promised to put it in theaters, then shame on them for not doing so. At the same time, it's at Amazon's discretion. They're the company that distributes the movie. So what are you going to do? Legally, I don't even think Lyman had the rights to take the movie and, give it to another company. They just don't. And that's not going to happen. So my feel is, though, that it probably would do well in theaters. We won't know until we see it, obviously. But what are you guys' thoughts on remakes? Again, like I said, we've always got the original if the remake sucks and it's trash. Looking at the trailer, though, it looks like it might be good. I mean, McGregor is the main villain, or is the guy that Gyllenhaal's got to fight. So if you remember the Swayze movie, Marshall Teague was the main protagonist, or he wasn't the main protagonist, but he was the main guy that was like the yin to his yang in that movie. And when he fought him, it was a big deal. The fight was amazing. They really went at it. Him and Marshall Teague. Let me see here. I've got a piece where, yes, I'm gonna let you see this guy.
Technique working.
So let me talk to this about this. When I interviewed Benny the Jet a little while ago, Benny the Jet Urquidez did the choreography of the original Roadhouse, right? So we talked about Roadhouse when I talked to him, and I asked him about how it was working with Patrick Swayze and the breakdowns, how they broke up the fights and how they choreographed everything. He said Patrick Swayze was a natural, but it basically wasn't until they added music to the training that Patrick Swayze really got it. So I'm going to let Benny the Jet talk a little here, and then we'll break this up a little bit for you guys, and we'll give some closing thoughts on this.
So I started doing technique, working rhythm technique, and he was stumbling, and he was getting very angry at himself because he said, "What's wrong with me? I'm a dancer. I can do this."
Couldn't get it. Okay.
And so after a week went by, I just watched him as he goes, and I said, okay. So finally, I got some music. At home. I went home, I got some music, and I started working some technique with music. So I went to his house the next day. I put on some music, and I said, "Patrick, watch." And I started doing technique with music. He got it like that.
Nice.
And ever since then, he would not practice without music. So even when I warmed him up, he would put music on. To me, it was a party. It wasn't a movie to me. I said, we're just having a great time. We just laughed, had a great time, and everybody, even outsiders, wanted to come on the set, but it was blocked off just for us.
Now, did you choreograph all the fights in that movie?
Yes.
Oh, awesome. So you were the one that came up with that big move at the end when he fights, I forget the other actor, but he rips the throat out and all that? Was that your idea?
I'm gonna kill you the old-fashioned way.
Well, actually with that one, that was Charlie Paterni.
Okay.
Actually, because Charlie hired me as a stunt coordinator. I mean, as a fight choreographer, and he was stunt coordinator. So we kind of blend in, and most of the, I mean, everybody can see the techniques that I used and so forth. So
yeah,
it's between Charlie and I. Charlie was actually he was pretty hands-on as well.
Okay, I mean,
yeah, he was pretty hands-on.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it came up very well. It's one of those iconic movies, and people watch it all the time.
Roadhouse.
Yeah, so classic movie we all know and love, Roadhouse. If you've never seen it, shame on you, but I get it. It's an older movie, 89, I believe. My view, again, is that you've always got the original to go back on to check if this one's trash for some reason, and we'll see. The trailer looks amazing. So I think it's probably gonna be solid. Again, it's coming out on the 21st of March, so we got about a month and a half before we get to check it out. And I know even before that, it's gonna be at the film festival, so a lot of reviews are gonna come out. So be careful for spoilers. But really, there's probably not that much to spoil. Conor McGregor, again, is the main bad guy, or the second in command, whatever. The guy that's basically just going to come and create a lot of problems for the Dalton character. This time played, to me, Jake Gyllenhaal. I know that this is the other thing I got to address before we go tonight. Jake Gyllenhaal. I know some people that are like that don't really realize his potential. First of all, the guy's an amazing actor. Now, as far as the martial arts goes, I don't know. We'll see when we see. He looks like he's well trained. For those that forgot, though, he did a movie called Southpaw years ago where he played a boxer, and the guy really got in shape for it. So I think he's one of those actors that really brings his A game to the table when he takes on these roles. So I think he's gonna really show improve when I think he really probably did his thing and did his due diligence and did the proper training. So the stuff's gonna look good. And listen, if Conor McGregor's in the movie, yeah, I know it's a check, but at the same time, Conor McGregor's not going to sign on to do some trash as a former, or not even former, but a UFC legend, right? Just want to show some love. Some people in the comments here. Shin Batman 84, what up? Oh, Sifu Ron Wheeler in the house. What's up, sir? All righty. Yeah, everybody's you're right. A lot of people wanted to be bouncers after Roadhouse, just like people wanted to be pilots after they saw Top Gun, right? It's the same kind of phenomenon. We'll see what this movie does for folks. Who knows? It'll probably be a toss-up between people wanting to be bouncers and people wanting to go, and more people wanting to go into the UFC. So we'll see. But yeah, let's say you guys on that. Show some love in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are on the new movie coming out. Should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. And as usual, this was a lot of fun again. So the live portion, as usual, every Friday right here. Go ahead, show some love.
Don't just stand there, like and subscribe.
Absolutely, give us some love down in the comments below. Like the video if you're into it. Let us know we're creating the content that you like, so we can of course make more of that. And as I said before, working on some new folks to bring into the Chronicle family in the interview side of things. Got a few lined up, trying to get a few more. Throw in your suggestions. If you're enjoying the interviews we've done so far, let me know who you'd like to see in future interviews here on the channel. I'm trying to make that happen and trying to bring people to the table that you guys really would like enjoy hearing discussions from, or enjoy getting answers to questions that you might have, because it's really all about you guys. You guys are the audience, and you help me grow this thing, and I appreciate you all for doing that. So I'm gonna wrap things up today. Hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Be safe out there, guys. We'll see you again here next week, next Friday, 8 o'clock Pacific time. I know it's a little late for those that are on the East Coast. And if there's a time that works better, you guys let me know. But for now, we're going to stick with this. This seems like a nice little spot. Next week, we'll have a couple of new things to talk about. And if there's something in the meantime, between time, like I said before, if you've got questions, go ahead and just shout out. Here's all my links down below. You can hit me on IG. You can hit me on my email. You can hit me DM on Instagram, whatever you want to do. And if you've got questions, I'll hopefully have answers. So I'll address a lot more of the comments and things on some of my videos that I have. I meant to do that tonight, but I don't want to take up super duper time. I'm going to address some of the comments and everything next week. So that should be kind of fun. We'll do a little Q&A and all that, kind of little ask whatever you like and just shoot it down in the comments pertaining to martial arts and all that and more. I'll do my best to answer all those questions. That's going to be kind of fun. I'll take some of the questions that I've already gotten that I usually get a lot of as far as martial arts. And let me know, guys, also, here's something. I do some tutorials and I put some tutorials on the channel. Do you guys want to see more of those? Are those things that are people that are interested? I got a lot of love on my 3-section staff tutorial. That's a weapon that people seem to want to try and really learn. I can put up more tutorials like that if people are interested in that. But let me know your opinions on that, what you'd like to see. I have a few ideas for some other weapons. I'm a big weapons head. There's going to be a video coming out soon about how to stay motivated in martial arts. I think that's going to be kind of interesting for some people, because I think there are times when we kind of either burn out or lose our mojo or whatever. So I'm here to kind of help, and I want to help. So this channel has always been a way that I've looked at as a give back to the martial arts community, hence the reason why I try to interview local instructors as well as more widely known people. And it's my form of give back. So if I can give back to you in any particular way, if you're a martial artist, up and coming martial artist, or someone that's practiced for a while and just wants to kick around ideas, you can also do that. All right, guys. Wrap it up here. It's been fun doing this. Thanks for everybody that jumped on. We will do it again next week. Same time, same channel. Yeah, I said it. All right. Stay safe. See y'all in the next round. Keep punching.